Faith without works is dead. It's not profitable. It doesn't bring result. It doesn't deliver the expectation in the heart of that person. Faith without works is dead. So don't live with a dead faith. Don't live life with a dead, because so many times most of us believers are living with a dead faith and we're expecting something. Nothing will happen. Faith without work is dead. Verse 21, it said, was not Abraham our father justified by works? We talk about Abraham, the father of faith. But here, James tells, he was justified by what? Works. And it explains further. When he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar, see thou how faith works with his works. See how faith works with his works. And by works was faith made perfect. And the scripture was fulfilled which said, Abraham believed God, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of God. Ye see how then that by works a man is justified, not by faith only. Not by faith only. Likewise also, was not Rahab the harlot justified by works, when she had received the messengers and had sent them out another way? The last verse 26. For as the body without the spirit is dead. For as the body, we have a body and we have a spirit. We are essentially spirit. It said, for as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead. My question for us this morning is, are we living with a dead faith and expecting the miraculous? Are we living with a dead faith and expecting the supernatural? Are we living with a dead faith and expecting that one day God is going to show up? God will never show up. You know, God is a God of principles. And, sometimes when we let our emotion take the best part of us, we think that, God, why don't you just do it for me? Like, why don't you just let it be? Why don't you just let it happen? Nothing will happen. God is a God of principles. And one of the fundamental principles that God has laid down for any believer, that the just shall live by faith. And we say that faith is not alone. Any faith that is alive, any faith that will be working is a faith that goes with works. Now I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about, because sometimes people think, are you trying to say I'm going to kind of justify myself? I have to kind of prove to God that I'm all out there. You're going to understand what I mean by works. Faith without works is dead. I want that to sink. If you can think upon this and meditate on it 1 week, I think it's going to make an impact in your heart.